G'day YouTube, welcome back. Sorry for the crappy uploads. I was sick last week for like 3 days and I just, couldn't upload any videos or anything like that. Couldn't make any videos because I was stuck in bed, throwing up, and it was just a shit time. So anyway, we're back now. The S15 still's got the head on, so we need to sort that out today. We're gonna rip the head off and get it done. So first things first, obviously we need to pull the rock cover off. So I need to take my coil cover off, my tummy one, take my coils out, pull the rock cover off so we can see the cam chain and the sprockets and the cams, and set our engine up to TDC. We want it to be on TDC because it just makes it easy when everything goes back together. We're going to mark the chain so we know where the timing is, and I'm going to bring you guys along on the process obviously. And in the last videos, if you haven't watched them, we took the intake and everything off, so this motor is basically just a long block sitting in the engine bay at the moment. So we'll get to it. So the other thing that we need to do, I forgot, is mark this cast. So it's going to get a white pen, and it's going to mark where my cast is sitting in 2 locations and pull this thing out. Come on. My casts. So now I've marked my casts, a bit blurry, right there and under there, so we can pull that out. So I don't know if you guys, you can pick it up in the camera. So if you guys can see that little dash mark there on the cast right here, and then the red dot. When you put your cast back into the car, you line this dot up first, and this will then twist to the second dot as it goes in and grabs these gears. That's the dot that you line it up with. Sorry, my camera's not focusing. The red dot's the dot that you line it up with when you put your cast back in, when you're putting your car back together, just so you know. So now we pulled the cast out, we need to pull out the coil. So take this cover off, so I'll time lapse doing all that. I'll pull all the coils and shit out, and then we'll do the rock cover, and then we'll bring the camera back out and we'll walk you through how to do the timing. So another thing that I just did real quickly in that time lapse was I smudged this one, but I marked the coils 1, 2, 3, 4 just so they go back in the right place. Just helps with diagnostic later on if something goes wrong. Swap coils 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, swap them around, etc, etc. Yeah, I just mark everything so I know exactly where it goes back when I put everything back together. So there we go, you guys just watched me pulling off the rock cover, so now we're left with our cams. So under here we have all squirters, cam caps, cams. These ones are Tommy Pond cams, if you guys will pick that up in the camera, right there. So obviously this is the exhaust side, so exhaust cam, intake cam. We have our sprockets. Here is our exhaust timing sprocket mark right there, and our intake timing sprocket mark right there. I don't know if you guys can see, there's a gold link down there. If you turn your motor off over enough, I don't know how many times you'll have to actually do it, but if you keep turning it over, all those lines should mark up. I don't have the time for that, which is why we're going to use our paint pen. So I'm going to use my paint pen, turn my motor to TDC, mark my dot here, down here, and over there on the chain, and yeah, we should be good to start taking the cams and everything out. So I'm just about to get this thing timed up. Helpful hint, I've pulled the first spark plug, I've got a real long extension, it's just chilling in the top here. You can see my timing mark, one there and one there with this orange dot is on this cam, and then these marks down here on this crank pulley also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over, and as I get to the top you guys will see that this will start to move up. Once this gets to the point where it's going up and not back down, we know that everything's at TDC 1.
Yeah, beautiful eye.
Got here for Headless. Then the Headless chicken, $3.
Yeah. So right, look at it. So here we have it, ladies and gents. SR's all timed up. So I remember from when doing my 180 that everybody used to say that the intake cam is always at about 10 o'clock. So timing mark is here when my camera focuses. It's about 10 o'clock and exhaust is about 12, which is a fraction past. And then on the crank down here, we are on the mark number 2, so second one to the right on the timing. So now our engine should be all timed up and we should be able to pull our chain tensioner, then break off this bolt here, and the chain should be loose. So I'm just going to clean everything down now, mark it all up with my pen, my white pen, so I know where the timing is, and yeah, start pulling this the cams out. I got all my marks on, got one down here, got them on the cams there and there, just waiting for the paint pen to dry because I don't want to smudge it. Another quick way is, if you're looking for it through the oil filler cap, you even got the rocker cover off, is this cam lays flat, and this one also lays flat, so they point opposite directions from each other or outwards. That's how you know that this mark and piston number 1 is at top dead center, and then you're basically ready to yeah, pull all the stuff out. So from here we got our chain tensioner on the side. I need to pull that out. I need to pull this front cover off, pull this bolt out that's holding our VCT cam gear, so this is our VCT cam gear, to our intake cam, and then the chain should just drop off. Don't worry too much about dropping it down the bottom, it shouldn't lose its marks. A lot of people like to hold tension on them, which is also a good idea, so you know, maybe put a couple cable ties around and pull it to either one side and just zip tie it somewhere and hold tension on it. Then when you got the head off, get someone to help you holding the chain up, pull the head through, etc. So I'll break this off, get the chain off, and we'll undo all these cam caps and get ready for the head. So now that I pulled my tensioner out, got my chain off, I can pull all my cam caps. Remember where these go, so again I'm going to mark these all with my pen, especially this thing here. This is like an oil splashback. So yeah, mark all these, exhaust side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, intake side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going to film taking these out because you guys have seen this before on that motor over there, but I will show you taking the head bolts out and pulling the head off and where all the little trinket key bolts are, because there's a few, like one down in there and another one on the back of the head, and I think there is one on that side as well. So yeah, we'll video that, but I won't video taking these cam caps out, so just do that quick. So now I've got the cams out, you can see the rockers, so I'm going to show you these real quick. So these right here are your rocker arms. These are what everybody takes the piss out of on Facebook and stuff, you know, they go SR20 rocker problem, etc, etc. They literally just sit in here. Then we've got our shims, we've got our flat shim and our horseshoe shim. You need to remember which way around these go. If you don't put them around the right way, they snap. I've had this problem, and they go all through your engine, so don't do that, it's a rookie mistake. Again, I'm gonna clean these all down and label everything just with my paint pen, just because I want everything to go back in exactly the same way it came out. But yeah, rip these out, take all these little shims out with a magnet, put them in a bag, take a photo if you want of which way round your shims go. So we got horseshoe flat, and then on this side we've got flat horseshoe. So remember that, take a photo, whatever, pull them all out, put them in a bag, mark everything, and then we're literally ready to start undoing head bolts and pulling the head out. So there we go, got them all labelled, exhaust, intake. So pull them all out, put them somewhere safe obviously, and pull all the horseshoe shims out, put them in a bag, ready to go. So here we have it, got our valves and springs right here. So those rocker arms basically push down on that as the cam rotates over. This is our hydraulic lifters, so when we put everything back together, we're going to have to pull these out and bleed them. So you basically just put them in oil, put a spring inside that little hole, pump them up and down till all the air comes out. But yeah, now gotta get rid of everything attached to the back of the head here, undo these 10 mils around the outside, and then we're onto the head bolts. So I'll do that now quickly and we'll be good to go. So we've got all those small bolts out. There's one there, one there, one on the back of the head that connects the coil and head ground, then two just here that go through to your oil pump. So now that we've got those, there should be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 Allen key head bolts. So I'll set you guys up over there again and we'll time lapse pulling all those out. So I just pulled out all the head bolts and the washers, so all through here, everything's gone. Now this head should be able to come off, so I'm just going to take my cable tie off here. Chain's pretty loose anyway, so I'm just going to let it sit in there, grab my old man, put you up there somewhere or something, and pull this head off.
Is it lifted?
Yeah. Oh, hold on, actually. One thing.
Yes. That's the coil. And those there plastic valves. Excellent. Going to clean as.
So I've got the head off, I sent it away to the machine shop, and I'm surprised at how clean this motor was. Probably could have got away with not doing a head gasket and head studs, but yeah, we'll do it now we got it apart, that's for sure. So piston number 1, TDC. You can see the old gasket had a really good seal around it, probably OEM gasket, never been off. Got my chain here, it's cable tied, it's not sinking down to the bottom, can't lose the bottom mark off the crank pulley down there, so it's all good. And I got my head over here. Never lay these down on the surface that you're going to get skinned, because you don't want any deep grooves or anything in there. You can see it's been burning pretty clean. So yeah, that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry about the no uploads or crappy uploads recently. Like I was saying, I was a bit sick, but it is what it is. But yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.